Hey guys, this is Kent. I wanted to review some time management information with you just to give you a different perspective of how things work. So getting into it, let's talk about just driving from Nash Community College to the Walmart in Zebulon. Now, right here on this map, I've pulled up and see that it from my work or Nash to Walmart is literally 28 miles. So 28 miles is the distance that we're going to talk about. Now the speed limit is 70 miles an hour, so we're going to start with a baseline of 70 miles an hour in driving. Now for the math nerds in the room, if you put the minutes in an hour, which is 60, and you divide it by the miles per hour, which are these numbers in this column, and you multiply that by the distance, which is this, it will tell you how long it will take you to drive those 28 miles as you speed 70 to 100 miles an hour. So that if we look here, driving at 70 miles an hour is 24 minutes. We know that most people drive roughly 5 over without, getting a ticket. So that means it would take you 22.4 minutes. I don't condone speeding, by the way. Now, if we go down to driving 80 miles an hour, 21 minutes, 90 miles an hour, 18.7 minutes, and 100 miles an hour would get you there in 16.8 minutes, which means really the difference between you driving the decriminalized 5 over versus the 100 miles an hour, we're talking about a savings of just over 5 minutes. I mean, barely over 5 minutes. Guys, 5 minutes is not a lot of time when you're talking about 28 miles of driving. So I want y'all to think about that a little bit, and let's talk about what you can do in a 5-minute time. So in 5 minutes, you could watch 5 TikTok videos, 50 Vines. The average song is 3 minutes and 30 seconds long, so that gives you just over one song. Or you could not hit your snooze button once. But let's just say you decided to speed, and boom, now you have a speeding ticket. So let's talk about how much time do you lose doing that. Well, you're on the side of the road, roughly 15 minutes. How long are you on the phone with your lawyer? How long are you having to drive up to go to court? How long are you spending online paying those bills? Possibly talking to people about this incident? Maybe an hour. And now, how long does it take you to make the amount of money it cost to pay that ticket back? Guys, it can be a week, it can be 3 months depending on the cost. Now, according to NerdWallet right here, which I have a link to, NerdWallet says that the cost could go up to or more than $1,700 for one ticket. And that's including like the ticket itself plus any court fees or whatnot, and then the impact on your insurance. But because I don't want to go too crazy, let's talk about just paying off $550. I mean, so not even considering the impact it's going to have on all the other insurance and gas that you're going to spend driving that much faster, and possible court fees and whatnot that are also associated with it. How long does it take you to make $550? Now, if you think about it, for every $10 you make, you're automatically paying 33% of it in taxes. Now, you also have the expenses that you would accrue in a day for each dollar that you make. For every day that you work, you have to pay for your food, your gas, your housing, your taxes, possibly your cell phone, or any other fees that could be associated with just living your day-to-day. So you don't want to just divide your salary or how much you make per hour by the number of hours that you make, because you have to also include the other things that come with working. So if it takes you a month to make $550 extra dollars as being money that you would not that would not impact your life if you dropped it on the ground today, you're talking roughly 43,200 minutes if it's a 30-day a month, which means that your savings of for every 1 minute that you save speeding, you would have to potentially pay 8,640 minutes in punishments just to pay off that debt. Now that doesn't include the amount of time that you spent on the side of the road, or the amount of time that you spent on the phone or paying those bills. So honestly, this number could be much higher. And if it takes you more than a month to gain $550, then we're talking an even longer amount of time just to save about 5 minutes if you were going 100 miles an hour. So if you were only going 90 or 80, you're really not talking about that much of a benefit. That's only a minute and 1.4 minute savings between 75 and 80 miles an hour. So let's get into a little more detail because I think time management and money management have a lot to do with each other. I want you to think again about saving this time and saving this money, and I want us to talk about money management in the basics forms. Now I have you a link here, and I'm going to select that link real quick. And what that does is it brings us to this page right here. Now, what I've done is I've sent you a pretty basic breakdown of how things in your life are going to impact you over the course of a year. So what I want you to do is I want you to go through your bank statements each month, and I want you to think about how much money did you spend in your car payment, on your gas, on your insurance, any other things associated with your vehicle or transportation, and it'll give you a month total. Then go in and think about how much it costs you for your shelter. So either your rent or how much your mortgage is, how much you spend on utilities, electric, internet, insurance, or any other fees that may be associated with any given month for your upkeep of your house or the rent of the place that you're staying at. Maybe you want to go into or then I need you to go into your living expenses. How much did you spend in groceries? How much did you spend on your cell phone, medical expenses, any streaming services like Netflix or Amazon or whatever you use, Hulu, and then any additional living expenses that are not luxury items. Because in luxury items, we're going to talk about things like eating out, spending money at vending machines, any vices that you may have, such as alcohol and cigarettes, how much you spend on things like jewelry and clothing, or house decor or personal items that are unrelated to your actual survival. So these are the fun items that you have in your life. And then I want you to think about your income. If it is just you have job 1, or if you have another person, you can add them in job 2. Any additional money that you make, throw in your other category. And what it will do is it will calculate how much you spend each month. So here's my example that I've done, and I've got my expenses for my vehicle. Some months I may need to, maybe I had a problem with my car, it cost me a little more. I have my rent, any utility fees that may go up from month to month. I may have my grocery bill going up and down. This may impact the amount of food that I have to eat outside of the house, so eating out at restaurants and whatnot. And each month it's giving me a total for how much I spent. It's if my salary is pretty stable, then that means that I can come here and look at how much I have left over each month. And then this will automatically give you a yearly estimate of how much you spend on luxury items per year, how much you get on your salary per year, expenses and whatnot. So I want you to consider all these items when you are thinking about how you spend your money, because your money impacts how you. So to go quickly through your money management, I want you to just think about things like cigarettes, what you spend on vending machines for snacks, or maybe if you go to the gas station or whatnot, or if you're eating out. So in this column, I have the price of these items. Some are averages that I found on the internet. Some are just things that students told me. And then fast food, this is an internet number also, and I've got an average here in parentheses for each one. If you smoked a pack of cigarettes every day, you're looking at $1,900 a year that you're spending on cigarettes alone in the state of North Carolina as of February 3rd, 2021, and that is an average cost that I found. Now, if you're doing it 5 days a week, 5 packs a week, you're looking at $1,300. Vending machines, if you're doing $1.75 item, just one a day, $638. If you're doing 5 a week, that's $445. If you're doing the $1.50 snack or drink, just one a day, $547 a year, or $390 a year. And if we're looking at fast food, which is an average of $6 per meal, and you're eating one meal a day, every day, you're looking at $2,190 a year. If you're having 2 meals a day, $4,380 a year. And if you're only doing 5 a week, it's $1,560 for one every work day if you're just doing one meal. And if you're eating fast food twice a day for 5 days, $3,120. So here I've included the cost if you are doing these things from home or buying these items from a grocery store. Just don't smoke, you guys. It's never good to smoke. As far as drinks and snacks, I found a 12-pack of Pepsi and Mountain Dew cost $8.62 at Walmart online. You can do this today as of February 3rd, 2021. That gives you a cost of per item at 71 cents, which means that if you did this every day, if you drank one of those Mountain Dews, $259.15 per year, and if you did it 5 days a week, that's $184. And now fast food, after looking online, I compared the prices. According to a research study that I found, it actually is about $1.50 to $3 per meal per person cooking at home, as compared to that $6 for fast food, which means that our cost goes down to $2.25 a meal on our average, and that means that you're looking at $821.25 per day for one meal, $1,642.50 per year if you do it twice a day, 2 meals at home, and then 5 days a week, $585 and $1,170. Which means the most important thing is if you are comparing the snacks that you find at home versus from buying from a vending machine or a gas station, your savings is going to be roughly $379 or $288, or on a 5-day basis, $260 or $205. Now, if you're looking at the difference between eating out every day for one meal versus eating at home every day, your savings is roughly $1,300 or $1,400 and $1,000 here. And if you're doing it twice a day, roughly $2,737 versus roughly $2,000. So guys, we're actually saving a lot of money. If you think about that, that means that just not eating out one day, one time per each week, you're looking at a significant savings here. I mean, you could do a lot of money, a lot of things with this much money. I mean, guys, this will pay for a round trip ticket to let's see, China's roughly $1,500, $1,700. Australia's roughly $1,800, which means not eating out twice a day in a restaurant, eating at home could get you that trip that you want to Australia. $2,700, guys, that'll pay for a 5-day trip to Namibia, Botswana, and Zimbabwe, and your plane ticket, and that includes your food. I mean, guys, that's ridiculous, the amount of money people spend eating out. And if you're doing a combination of these, I mean, the money that we're talking is pretty outrageous. So I cannot stress the importance of doing this money management worksheet. This is all optional for you. You know, think about what you do with your life, what you do with your money. And I want you to think that every dollar you spend is just like every minute that you spend. And the more efficient you are with that time, and the more efficient that you are with that money, the more efficient you are as a person. And these things add up. Now, I do want to talk about one last thing. We have always been told that time is money and money is time, but this is not true. Time is greater than money because time is constantly going, and you already know how many hours you have in each day. Now, you cannot save time the way that you can save money. You can't put 5 minutes in your pocket and use it next week. So that means that the time that you spend today by not doing what you need to do and procrastinating is only costing you additional time in the future. So please be careful with this, guys. Treat your time more important than your money. Also, think about your long-term spending and how much money you're really spending on things each year. Because, guys, if you can have a good foundation of money, if you can have a good financial future where you have just enough money to survive and still enough time to spend that money, and put a little bit of money into savings and whatnot, you will live a much happier life than if you had all the money in the world and no time to spend it in. So guys, thank you for watching. Have a great day.